Today I want to share everything that's on my third trimester checklist. I have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I just feel like little things were popping up in my head that I need to get done before my baby gets here, and making a list, writing out the details. That made things a lot less stressful, and I feel a lot better about the things that I need to get done. I am only 33 weeks pregnant currently, so I know I have time, plus I know that if my baby arrived tomorrow, that all these things would get done and it would be totally fine and everything's all good. But it would be ideal to get these things done before the baby gets here. So I hope that this is helpful for you, whether you are in your third trimester about to give birth or if you are getting close to that. So if you are new here, my name's Olivia. I am currently about 33 weeks pregnant with my second baby, and I am creating this video sitting on a birth ball, so I hope that that's not distracting. If I'm like bouncing up and down a little bit, I will try not to. Plus, I've made my checklist on my phone. So if I look down at my phone, then that is why. Also, these things are in no particular order, so without any more rambling, let's get into it. So first on my list is to buy birth supplies. So I am planning a home birth, and so there are just some things that I need to gather for my midwife and plus just for myself before my birth. So one of those things would be a bowl for my placenta. Another thing would be a waterproof bed cover so that if I decide to give birth on the bed, there's no issues. It can just easily be taken off. Things like that. Now, if you are having a hospital birth and the whole home birth stuff does not apply to you, maybe this looks like you getting things together for your hospital bag. Now, at 33 weeks, I don't really think that you need to have your hospital bag ready, but maybe you're just thinking of things that you are going to potentially need or want to pack. And if there's anything that you need to buy, maybe you are thinking through that or purchasing that now. Next step on my list would be to create a playlist. Now, last birth, I did not create a playlist, and I remember being in the hospital and my husband playing songs, and I was like, I don't like these, and I just was in contractions, in the end mode, and I just couldn't say anything, and I was just like, I regret not making a playlist. So whether I use the playlist or not, I think that that's important, and I definitely am on my way to creating one. Now again, if you don't feel like that applies to you, maybe you want some essential oils. I had them diffusing during my first birth, which was really great. So maybe you think they're like smells you want, and maybe you're gathering that kind of stuff. So next up on my list would be to create birth affirmations. So for my last birth, I actually have some cards right here. I created little cards for myself to look at during the birth, during the in-between, the contractions, things like that. And I thought that that was super helpful. But this time around, instead of having to read something, I honestly just want like a voice memo on my phone of Bible verses and encouragement and things that, like, reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, things like that, in case I get to a point where I am struggling, or which I'm not going to. It's going to be beautiful and peaceful and amazing. But just so I have that as encouragement and some verses that can be replayed in my head. I think that that will be super helpful. Now on your list, you could also include, maybe you want to do Christian hypnobirthing, so maybe you want to get that app and start listening to those. Another thing you can do is on YouTube, there is Birth in the Glory. There's a whole playlist on affirmations during pregnancy, during birth, things like that. So maybe you want to look up those, have them saved so that you can easily get to them when the time is here. Next thing I wrote down is to write down and memorize more scripture. So I, of course, can listen to scripture. I can have them written on cards, but I really, really, really want them just burned in my memory. And so I have quite a few, but I feel like there are some really great scriptures that I do not have memorized that I really would like to. So that's really important to me. And I am just wanting them more around the house so that I can easily see them and read them and easily memorize them. For example, I have some on note cards, like on my desk in my office area, which is actually the living room. So whatever, I have them like on a whiteboard, and I have them in my journal. So just continuing to read those, speak those, I think that that's important to me. And maybe that's not applicable to you. So maybe it is finishing a book on birth, on vaccines, on motherhood, on babies, anything like that that you need to finish up or want to finish up, maybe that would go on your third trimester checklist. Next up would be to wrap up any work stuff that I have. So there are some things. I am basically a stay-at-home mom, but I do a couple of things online from home, and I do have the luxury of being able to do those ahead of time, and so I can get those ready. I just need to sit down and do them so that they're ready and finished before the baby is here, because once the baby's here, I do not want to think about work, look at emails. I don't want to do any of that. I did that the first time around, and I refuse this time. So I want those things finished, and I do have the ability to do that. So I am very lucky, grateful, and those are some things I want to do. Now, if that is something that's not applicable to you and you have to work, totally understand that. Maybe on your checklist it is wrapping up things with your job, like figuring out what your postpartum looks like, how long you have, when can you take off? Can you take off before the baby gets here? Talking through those things. Maybe that's what you need to do. Or maybe you're looking to do something different when the baby comes. Maybe you need to start looking for stay-at-home type of work, or something like that. Maybe just anything having to do with work, emails, things you need to wrap up along those lines, that should go on your checklist. Next up I have is postpartum meal prep. So this is a big thing that is important to me. I'm actually going to have my family come over and help me. I will have a video coming soon whenever that happens, just showing the type of meals and stacks that I prepared that I will be freezing for my postpartum. So this wasn't that big of a deal with my first, because it was just me and my husband, and then I had a baby that didn't eat real food. So it wasn't a big deal. But with the second time around, I am very into our health and nutrition. So I want really good food, especially to help me recover. Plus, I'm going to have a little mouth to feed. I have a 19-month-old, which will be a 21-month-old potentially when the baby is here. So he's going to need food and snacks. And so I want that all ready to go for him, at least for like the first 2 weeks, hopefully. And I also need to do a whole Costco run to get some bulk supplies, some bulk things like that stay good. For example, like nuts and cheese stays good for a long time. Like anything like that I can stock up on, I want to do when it gets closer to time. Next up is a big one, and it would be to prepare for birth. So I've been doing this for quite a while, I feel like, but there are still a couple things that I want to do. For example, maybe it is doing a birth class, maybe it is finishing a birth course. I did a birth course with my first son, and so maybe you need to finish up some videos on that. Maybe you need to write out your birth plan, think through that birth plan. We are doing a birth class mainly for my husband because he doesn't think of birth the same way I do, and so I think it'd be a great refresher to do before the baby comes. So my husband is a little bit more prepared, so that is something that is going to be happening at the end of the month. Maybe this looks like finishing up some birth books, or preparing for birth might just look like you reading the Bible and figuring out what the Bible says about birth, thinking through those things, and praying. Maybe it looks like researching things. So when your baby comes out, there are a lot of decisions to be made. For example, do you want to do the eye ointment, the erythromycin? Do you want to do the vitamin K shot? Do you want to do an oral alternative, or do you want to do nothing? What do you want to do with vaccines? What about the newborn screening, the heel prick? There are all these things that you probably need to look up and research before your baby gets here, and just know your answers to all those things. Another thing that you might want to consider is, when are you going to go? If you're going to the hospital, when are you going to go? Who are you going to tell? Who are you not going to tell? Who's going to be in your room? Who is your birth team? When are you going to call the midwife, the doula, your OB? What are you going to do with all those things? So those are all things to think about and to know before you go into your birth. One other thing I just thought of is, who is going to take care of your child if you have any existing children? Who's going to come over? Who is going to take care of your pets or anything like that if you are going to be going to the hospital and staying the night? So those are things that I might want to think through. Another thing I wrote down would be to have a baby shower, maybe a baby sprinkle. Maybe you just get together and celebrate your birth because you're on your 4th child. I don't know, but I think that that's important no matter what, even though you might not think that you need one if you are on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th baby, whatever. But I think it's important just to celebrate your sweet little baby that's coming into the world. And if you are a first-time mom, second-time mom, and you are looking for like a minimalist registry, you're working on that kind of stuff, then I have a video for you. So definitely check that out if you are in the midst of creating your registry, because I have laid out everything that I think that you need, and I have more of a minimal perspective on things. So hopefully that is helpful to you. Another thing on my list would be to finish up my son's room. So my son is going to be switching rooms from the nursery to a big boy toddler room. So the room is a mess. It is looking crazy. We're doing this thing to the wall. We still have to paint. So that needs to come together. If that is not applicable to you, maybe it's just like finishing up any home projects that you have going on. This might also look like spending time or figuring out things with your current kids. So maybe your kids have like practice or school or things to go to, daycare, whatever the case might be, and you need someone to drive them there for those first 2 weeks. Maybe it's something like that. Or maybe it's just figuring out the one-on-one time that you want to spend with them before the baby comes, really taking them somewhere, doing something like that. Maybe that is part of your checklist. Those are just some ideas that I thought of that may be important. So next up on my list would be to take all the boxes to Goodwill. So we have like 3 boxes that I know of that are full that need to be taken, and a lot of boxes have already been taken, but I just need the decluttering to be gone. So maybe you don't have Goodwill stuff to go to give, but maybe this looks like just decluttering things, organizing things, because everyone goes through, I feel like every mom goes through some kind of like nesting phase where you want to just like clear out things. So that leads me to the next thing on my list, which would be to clean, deep clean. I already have a list started of all the things that I want to deep clean before this baby gets here. Like, I want to go crazy and get all the baseboards and all the weird nooks and crannies that I never touch. I will definitely be making a video soon of me nesting or deep cleaning all those things, because it's about to go down pretty soon. Next up is to get out all my old baby stuff. I have things in the attic that need to be taken out of boxes, bags, and washed and organized in the nursery, because currently it is not, they're still in the attic, they're still in the garage. So I need to take all that stuff out and organize. And maybe you don't already have a baby. If it's your first, then maybe this looks like you getting all the stuff from your baby shower and washing, organizing, taking those things out of boxes, all those types of fun things. This also may include thinking about your postpartum. So maybe you want to make a little postpartum kit for yourself. Maybe you need to get the peri bottle ready in the bathroom. Maybe you want to have like a little box or organizer by the bed that has like snacks and diapers and things, so you don't have to leave your bed. Maybe you want to take an herbal bath after, so maybe you need to buy that and get that prepared. Just anything that you need to get ready like that. I think that that's important to be added to your checklist. Next up would be to have a photo shoot. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and spend a bunch of money and do some crazy photo shoot, but I do think that it is important to capture this beautiful moment where you are creating life and this little baby is about to come out of you. Like, I think that pregnancy is so beautiful and something to capture and something that you want to look back on, something that your kid will probably want to look back on and see. So I would definitely recommend doing a photo shoot, whether that is a professional photo shoot or just you take some photos in the backyard or whatever. I honestly just took my camera, and my mom, who was a willing participant, but I kind of forced her to take some photos of my son and I just came home and edited them, and I think that they turned out great. And so just to have that memory, I think, is important. Last up on my list would be to have a baby moon. Now, a baby moon would be like a little vacation before your baby gets here, which is not in the cards for us currently, which is okay. But I think that having a little date night, a night out with my husband is really important, to just spend time together before our life completely changes forever. Even though we already have a child, it's still never going to be the same. It's just us three. We're going to add a fourth. And so I think that it's super important that we take that time to just have a little loving, sweet date night. Now that's all I have on my list. If I missed anything, if you think that there's anything important, let me know, because I might add it to my own personal list. Plus, I think anyone watching this might want to know as well. That is really all I have. And I will see you in the next video.